Welcome everyone to our, what month are we in? April Board of Education meeting. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pauletta Frias. Judy Couchet.
Here.
John Green. Scott Latham.
Here.
Brian Tobin.
Here.
In the event of an emergency, visitors are advised that they may exit this room from the one side door which leads directly into the parking lot. In the event of an emergency, everyone is asked to move away from the building and do not attempt to leave your automobiles since the employees staff the parking lot incoming emergency vehicles.
Thank you. I guess we can skip the first hearing of visitors. Maybe a visitor will come before a second hearing of visitors. I need a motion to approve our consent agenda, which is approval of our minutes. There's just been an addition here. It's going to be of our regular meeting of March 24th, the budget meeting of April 14th, and the special meeting yesterday of April 20th.
So moved. Second.
Hey, I just wanted to mention a couple of the other things in here, sorry. Financial matters, treasurer's report transfers, extra classroom activity fund, and the contracts for the prom and for 2 people to live stream the play, and to surplus 39 iPads that are obsolete, and also to accept the CSE recommendations. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions, comments?
Alecville, the prom is going to be like a barn dance?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tent and a barn dance, and yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it gives us the outdoor regulations from the state, which are looser, so it'll allow, allow to have the whole junior, senior group, and plus the chaperones, and so it should be nice.
What is the number? Outside, in other words, that's why.
For outside, it's, as of today, because this changes pretty much daily, as of today, it was up to 200.
Oh.
There's no need to test, up to 500 if you test.
Oh.
So between, they have like ranges, but you can do 500 at an outdoor activity. But then everybody either has to have a vaccination, a test within 72 hours, or get tested by the group. Our original plan was to test for prom. And, as things evolve, we look at it pretty much weekly and say, are we still going to be, things are changing so rapidly in
And it's
our
not till the
country.
first weekend in June.
Yeah, so we have
time.
6 more weeks, and our country and our state is really opening up so rapidly that we will continue to evaluate that. We spoke today, myself and Jess and Terrence met again today to look at it. And, like a month ago, there was no doubt we were testing because it's the only way we could do it. Today, it was kind of like half and half. 4 weeks from now, we may not be testing, we may be testing. I don't have a crystal ball, but we'll continue every week to meet and look at it, and we'll do what's in the best interest of keeping everybody safe and allowing our kids to have the activities that we want to give them opportunities to have.
Just a question on that. Will those tests be school administered, or would it be?
Both. We'll give everybody the option to go and get their own. And to do it within a certain amount of time, like it used to be, if you wanted to fly, you had to show up with your test within 72 hours. So we'll give everybody that option, and then for all of those that want, we will do the school-administered tests, so we're planning for both of those, like we always have been. Mm-hmm.
So all in favor?
Aye.
That brings us to the adoption of our 2021 school budget. There's also a little bit of a change here because we're going to... Oh, okay.
I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion to adopt the budget recommended by the superintendent for the 2021-2022 school year and the property tax report card to be submitted to the SED. The total planned expenditure is $31,604,000. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Next thing is our tax anticipation note, which I'm not going to bore everybody by reading it. I'll just read the first paragraph. The tax anticipation note resolution of Southold Union Free School District, New York, adopted April 21, 2021, authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $5 million tax anticipation notes in anticipation of the receipt of taxes to be levied for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2022. And I just want to take note, I think when I first came on the board, it was $16 million.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So we've come a real long way as far as our finances are concerned. Mr. Messina, just so do you want to know what that means, that tax anticipation? It means we have to borrow money before we get the taxes from the town
Okay,
To pay the
to
bills.
pay the bills.
yeah, okay.
In certain
away.
districts, like
Yeah.
my prior district, R10 was $80 million.
Wow.
So 5, which is really 1/6 of the budget, is a very good number.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Motion for the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Brian and Tobin, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Yes.
Judy Boucher,
Yes.
Scott Latham,
Yes.
Brian Tobin.
Yes.
Old business. Dr. Moore, any old business you got there? No?
No old, ongoing,
Okay.
so I
Did the resident reach out to you?
did not,
Okay.
no, he did not yet. It's possible he might. We had a chance to speak for about 25, 30 minutes after.
Oh, okay, so maybe all the questions
Yeah.
are answered.
There were a number of questions I couldn't answer, but some of the, primary ones about numbers and opting out and, all different things like that, I had the opportunity to speak with him about, and he was, appreciative, and they were good questions. And who knows, maybe he'll still reach out, so.
That brings us to the superintendent's report. Dr. Moore?
So the focus of my report is really just to highlight and identify many of the end-of-the-year activities that we're working on putting together. And although they may not exist in the exact same format that they used to, they'll exist. And some of them have even happened already because this was written up prior to this meeting. One of the first ones for the high school I got to see today, and I'll tell you about it when I get to that. So in the elementary school, we're working on our 6th grade moving up. June 22nd is the date that we're looking to have that, and we're looking to do an outdoor moving up ceremony so that we can do all the students at once instead of having to do them in small groups. Kindergarten graduation. Again, we're looking to do an outdoor activity on June 21st, and they're working on putting together all those details and getting them out to parents so everybody can plan. One of the things that they're trying to do, and they're looking to do it in pieces, is to do beach days, which they've done here for years. I can't really describe them because I don't know exactly what they are because I haven't yet seen them. But
We kind of know what they are.
We know.
Mrs. O'Neill explained them to me, and so they're scheduling those for the last month of school too, and looking to get those back in place for all the students. They're also looking at the possibility of doing some sort of field day activities with the kids, and even if they do it, in school throughout the days. So the elementary is planning a number of different things like that. In high school, we have even more going on. Today, the PBA came with a food truck, and even more importantly than the food truck, they had a great time interacting with our kids, playing cornhole and can jam and basketball, and a couple of the kids won PBA cards in Can Jam, and it was really nice to see the kids enjoying themselves and interacting, with people that they're going to come into contact with in this community for the rest of their lives. And, I got an opportunity to meet many of the officers and speak with them, and it was really a really nice activity that went on. It was a nice day, and it was nice to see people laughing and enjoying what was going on. We're also in the process of finalizing plans for our senior trip. Our senior trip is going to be to Adventure Park this year. It's a rope course and like an obstacle course. And,
Where's that? Where's,
I think it's in Half Hollow Hills, Wandanch area. I've actually done it.
oh, all right, so it's on the island.
It's on the
And that's
island.
a senior trip?
That's the senior trip. I was sore for days after I did it with my kids. You have to, I'm not exactly built for scaling rope ladders and all that good stuff, but it's a fun thing to do, and for high school kids, it's even more fun. So they're in the process of planning that. We're in the process of planning live National Honor Society inductions. Prom, obviously, is going on. You guys had the contract for that tonight. Then we're working on sixth grade transition tours up here, which we weren't able to do last year with being closed. So, we want to have some of our seventh, eighth grade students and interacting with our sixth graders coming up. Senior awards night, senior breakfast, and then obviously June 26th, we're having our graduation, outside on the turf. So we have a lot of end-of-the-year activities that didn't go on last year and couldn't have really gone on at the beginning of the year that we're planning. And many of them will be in very similar formats to what they used to be. Some will be slightly different, but all we hope will be enjoyable for our kids and our teachers and our community and their parents.
Can I ask I don't know what the rest of the board thinks about this, but would it be possible at one of our meetings in the next few months to have maybe student representatives from the K through 12 come and talk to us about their experiences this year? Maybe, couple, not from every grade level, but just, I'd like to hear from the students what this year was like.
Yeah,
From them.
and-
I mean, hear from Matt, but Matt represents, mostly the high school, and I'm thinking that, I just thought it would be a neat thing for them to
Right.
to come to the board. I don't know what you guys think about it. don't know what you think
I would
about
like it,
Dr.
but
Moore.
if so, I would like it to be an honest one, you know what I mean?
Right, oh,
You know what I mean? Not, it doesn't have to be all rosy. Here's my point, and the things that were good, and the things that, they feel were not, you know what I mean? Because I think we need to hear it, because we imagine all kinds of things. We imagine things are good, or we imagine they're tough, and maybe, so that's not a bad
And it
idea.
would- what do you think, Brian?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get their perspective.
I mean, because we haven't had students at our meetings all year, the one thing we all like is when there's student presentations, regardless of what they are. And I kind of missed that this year, I think we all
We
have
just really
missed
haven't
that.
been connected with them in
So it
a
may be a
lot
way
of
for
ways.
them to,
Yeah,
what do you think, Scott?
I'm all for that.
yeah.
We like our students. It's just a.
Well, and this year especially, we do feel really disconnected.
Yeah.
Because there's just been so much that going on that you really can't attend, you can't, so.
I had this conversation with one of our teachers today. In the last month, it has changed. In the last month,
Once all the students got back over here.
yeah, in the last month, I've had to say, hey, knock it off to kids in the hallway at times. I can hear passing from my office. I can go down into a room and see almost every desk full, and the kids interacting. And, although it's not exactly the way it was, it's been very different. I don't know, Matt, you could probably speak about it too. Like for me, the last month of school has been a lot more enjoyable. Watching kids be kids and watching them do the things that kids do all the time, good, bad, or indifferent, that's.
And I'd love to
yeah.
hear from them what,
Yep.
yeah. So that's just my thought on.
Okay, what I'll do is I will look into putting something together where it's a mix throughout, the grades, K-12, and then I'll send something to you guys and you tell me if it's what you're looking for.
And it would be great to have a cross-section of our students.
We would do a mixed group of students.
Maybe a special needs, or
Right,
some
right.
who's in
Well, it would be,
ESL.
It would be a mix of our students similar to our population. And then,
That would be great.
what we can do is I'll put together a few questions so that, we get the good, the bad, and the ugly, Like when I have roundtables with kids, I specifically design questions because I don't, I know what I do well. I need to know what I don't do well. I know what kids like. I need to know what they don't like and why. And sometimes what you don't like, you still have to do. That's sometimes life. But other times we can do it differently. So,
Right, and they can include suggestions for next
yeah.
year, because we all know we're still going to be living under this
Some,
somewhat,
some,
some degree next year.
so I'll put
Hope not
something
a lot.
together and share it with you guys, and then we'll go forward from there. Okay?
Thank you. Do you have a further report, or is that it, Dr. Moore?
That's it.
That brings us to our personnel. Chris Lucatroto is leaving for medical from February 13th for up to 12 weeks. We have our election workers, I don't think I have to name them all.
No.
And we have Alexis Reed coaching JV softball. And then I can do the agreement resignation included with these, right? Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby approves and accepts the resignation of Charles Scheid from the shared service agreement with the Southold Union Free School District and the Greenport Union Free School District. So is there a motion to accept the recommendations?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Do you want to talk about the elementary school comprehensive educational plan before we do this?
It's a part of the whole TSI siting process that we did the DSIP for, the district plan. It's just the building level version of it, and both have to be approved at board meetings. I was under the impression only the district plan had to be, so that's why I didn't put this one on. In working with our consultant from PLC, who was in last week, and we did some great work with her. She asked when I had it approved, and I said, I don't think we have to, and then in looking back through all the guidance documents, I realized we did. So that's why it's on there.
So I need a motion to approve the 2021 Southold Elementary School Comprehensive Educational Plan. The plan is a fluid document that will evolve and be utilized for the remainder of the school year. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I guess we need a nomination.
You still want to do it, huh?
I really am on the fence about it, but I guess so.
You're still, sometimes it's just a logical choice, and if you have somebody who's got the skill set, then you just kind of do it.
It's been Zoom meetings this past year, and I actually struggle more with Zoom meetings
I'm
than
sure
I
you
do
do.
in-person meetings. But Frank talked about doing in-person meetings, which I would prefer.
Yes.
All right, so I
Focus
guess,
on them.
is there a motion to nominate Paula DeFrias as the board member trustee on the East End Health Plan?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
I like finance committee for me, Paulette.
I have to say, this past year was not as painful as some of the years. Right, Patty?
Well, the meetings are shorter.
The meetings are shorter, and we're in a much better financial position. The East End Health Plan is, so it hasn't been torture. All right, anybody have any new business? Finance Committee report?
No report at this point.
Building Committee report?
We're scheduling another meeting, right?
Have we decided on have they met with the architect?
We're actually scheduling presentations, right, Chuck? For
Oh,
those
okay.
three groups?
So that's still in the process.
We'll schedule the presentations for those three groups to come in and meet with the building committee. When we had sent it out to you all, you guys said, have the committee do it. Don't do it at a board meeting.
And that would be at a reorg meeting anyway that it would take place.
Right.
So we'll do that. We'll schedule it we'll have it all done before the reorg.
Okay.
Policy Committee report?
Nothing.
And we have no visitors, so we can skip right past that second hearing of visitors and bring it to the board member commentary. It's not even 8 o'clock. Mr. Messina, it's all yours, sir. You're so far away down there.
I know. I think Dr. Morrow kind of hit the nail on the head when he said, like, it's nice to be told to knock it off in the hallways. Because, as much as school is about education and stuff like that, there's a big social factor to it as well, which we all know. And it felt missing for a while. And now that we're all back and we're all, like, it's fun to goof off sometimes and have to be told to knock it off. So you made a good point there. Today we had the PBA event. And it was one of those days, and I think it was the first day I've had since quarantine started, where I talked to people and, like, today felt special. Like, today felt like a spirit day or like a pep rally day. It felt special. It felt like it was there for us, rather than not just going to school. And not, the senior surprises are awesome, but today felt like a special day where there was something to look forward to all day. And I think what me and the student council are looking for is we really just want to be able to give that to everybody in the school, not just the seniors. And we're meeting tomorrow, just trying to figure out how to do that while still following all the guidelines and being safe and stuff. But I know for the seniors especially, there's a lot to look forward to, and school feels special again. Prom, everybody's looking forward to that. And there's just a lot of events to be talking about right now, so almost everybody I know signed up for the senior trip, because we're all just excited to be able to do something together again. So yeah, things are good. It's just a matter of getting everybody involved now, not just the seniors, so it can be special for everybody again. But things are great, so Thank you, guys.
Nice to hear you watching out for the underclassmen. We would expect nothing less from our district, though.
I just mentioned, I forgot to mention it before, Matt mentioned the senior surprises. The PTA parents are doing a wonderful job of setting up the senior surprises, and they're here, it's freezing cold outside, and they're set up, and they're giving out pizza, and so just a shout out to them, because it's, I've never seen it before. I've never been in a place that has done something like that. And as much as, like you said, they're nice and they're smaller, they're very unique to a place like this. But I just want to give accolades to them, because it's a lot of work to carry all that out, and they're doing an excellent job with it.
Mr. Latham down there.
I plan to give my standard, no, I have nothing to say, but some things came to mind while we were going through the meeting. I think we should take the opportunity of this last year, and we're getting, I can find the good side of a car crash. We should take this opportunity and realize what's important about the school, about ourselves, about our town. The prom being at Howardville. It's so, this is the first I'm hearing of it, and it's so heartwarming to me, because it's a simple, small-town school party. It's not some, we gotta do something bigger and better, and it was getting stupid, having to go so far out of town and pay so much. The senior trip to Adventure Park, we're going an hour away, everybody's signed up, and they're gonna have a great time. The PBA coming here with the food truck today and just playing beach games in the parking lot. And I think we got so caught up in ourselves and in these stupid iPhones and everything else that we get away from, and because John's not here, I'll say it, what makes this place so special? So, Matt, as I said to the seniors last year, maintain perspective. You had a crappy year, I get it, but you have a great attitude because you're happy to get barked at in the hallway. But no matter how bad this was here, people around the world got it worse.
Yeah.
So I think this whole year you've had a great attitude, and you've always spoke glowingly about, Southold and the school and all your classmates, and just maintain that, as long as you can, because that's really what's important.
Yeah.
That's all.
Very well said. Mr. Tobin.
Scott pretty much nailed it. It's great to see and hear that these kids are now getting to experience some normalcy. But like you said, there are people around the world that have it a lot worse. So while it hasn't been a great year, we should be thankful of what we have and what this town and school do for you guys. This administration, the workers, everybody involved has, tried to make it as best as possible. And I think they've done a great job. And now that the lid's off, so to speak, it's starting to open up and return to what we're used to. Like you said, the small town functions are probably better than the big city stuff. So enjoy it. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. What, it's my turn?
Yes.
It's my turn. No, and it's really interesting. I think, as Mr. Latham was speaking, it comes back to simplicity. I think we've all learned to really appreciate the simplicity in some of the things that, simple things. And for our generation, I think we had more of that when we were younger. And it's kind of heartwarming because, as much as we've seen bigger, better, different, blah, 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 I think we've always yearned for our children to see and have some of that. And the children in this community, and I think this kind of has brought back some of that kind of feeling and some of those simple things that You know, I mean, when I think about it, our proms were always right here in town, and the next day we all spent at the ocean. You know, that was it. There was nothing, but it was, you know, one of my best, most favorite memories in the, you know, life. So I'm glad that you guys are doing that and getting that opportunity. So, and I am really excited to just be able to see you guys experience the rest of your year. I'm glad you're getting to have some really positive things going forward. So I just have a quick question. When is the play? Does anybody know?
It's a month from today, right?
A month from today? Thank you. 5/21?
I have it.
Okay, so it's in May.
Yeah, it's in May.
I'm not close to missing it yet.
For
I can
some
look it
reason, I
up.
believe it's the
Okay,
20th. It's a number of dates. I think one of them is the 20th.
okay, all
On
right.
the website, right?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure it wasn't so close. But anyway, so,
Well, it's in, on the contract that one of the.
yeah, that's okay.
contracts in there.
As long as it's not like this weekend or something.
May 17th to May 23rd. The rehearsals, the performances are on May 20th and May 21st.
20 and 21, okay,
And
great.
And the 22nd.
it's Spam-A-Lot, the socially distant concert-ish version.
And anyway, so on top of that, I just wanted to say, you know, congratulations to all our athletic teams. This, I don't know, the spring, winter, fall season that we had. I didn't get to obviously see a whole lot, but I did get to read about it and was very excited that that they all had such a good season. So that's it.
I have written down here, too, to congratulate the boys soccer team for being county championships, although it's a little weird that it's so loud, though, with all these people here. Congratulations to the soccer team. It's just kind of weird that it was April and not October, November kind of weather, but that was neat stuff. Matt, you brought a very positive perspective to the school board this year that I certainly appreciate, and I know the rest of the board members do as well. That you're looking out for your underclassmen is really quite touching, because I know it's sincere. Perhaps the PTA would do junior, sophomore, freshman surprise instead of it being about the seniors, because I know you guys have had a pretty crummy year, but I'm going to go back, and neither Mr. Latham nor Mr. Tobin brought it up, but I think last year's seniors really had a crappy year, because they walked out the door in March and never got to come back. And so I think as bad as it kind of has been for you guys, it's been certainly better than last year's seniors.
Better part of the year back.
Yeah, so we go on and we learn. And, you know, we compare, because that's what we do, and if we're going to really compare, we compare like they both all mentioned about the rest of the world, and we're pretty darn lucky here, and we all know it. So I appreciate your positivity. I think this year it brought it enlightened me anyway. Do you know where you're going next year? That's usually a question for our May meeting, but I'll bring it up in April.
Yeah, I committed to Endicott College.
Oh, like your brother and sister. Good for you.
What are you, crazy?
Good for you. Beautiful spot.
Endicott.
Endicott. And I will just put this out there as a reminder, because I don't think we're meeting again before the budget vote, Tuesday, May 18th.
Yeah,
Is,
have our quick.
pardon me? Well, we'll have our quick, but I meant just for the public, and I want to thank the administration for all of their work and the staff on putting what is a reasonable budget together. We're under the tax cap, or at the tax cap, and I just encourage everybody to vote on May 18th, and I'm sure they can get information from Patty if they want absentee ballots, because it's going to be in-person voting,
Yes.
and I think we need,
Like a regular year.
just like a regular year. I think we need to kind of get,
Ballots if needed, and,
maybe we could get that information to the PTA, and they could get it in their constant contact, because I think people should know that it's,
well, our brochure will be going out shortly.
I know, but you know, the constant contact gets the parents.
Right.
The stuff that comes in the mail, I think, gets the rest of our community, but the parent, I don't know. If we,
Yeah, we
It
can
can't
look
hurt
into
to do
that.
both.
I just think this year, because things are just so crazy, that people may think, oh, it's going to be just like last year's where it was only mail-in, and because it's going back to normal, but easier to obtain an absentee, is my understanding, right, if they don't want to.
If they don't, yes, if they
Yeah.
don't want to come and vote in person, they can get an absentee ballot.
And the reason I say this is because last year, because it was all mail-in, there was an overwhelming number of people that voted. So I would like to see and challenge the community, let's have those numbers back again this year.
Right.
That's it. Motion to adjourn. Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.